Good morning, everybody. Um, I thought I'd do a little video on a subject that I think everybody needs to be aware of. It'd be easier this way instead of writing it down so everybody gets the information correctly. So bear with me because I might go on a bit. Um, okay, we're going to talk about what's happening up at the Upper Priest Lake area. Myself, my husband, and Kelly O'Donnell have been up there multiple times this last week, and I have been on the phone with the Forest Service quite a few times getting some information. First off, we're going to start, and this is really geared also towards new people that have just moved to Idaho, so you guys are aware because some of this information is going to be new to everybody. First off, Priest Lake State Park, also known as Lion's Head, campgrounds at Upper Priest, is owned by Idaho State Parks and Rec. They oversee this area. And they do have a boat launch, which with your state park pass that you can utilize and launch your kayak for free. However, if you are going to park here and launch from Lion's Head to go up the thoroughfare, to go up to Upper Priest Camp, there is a $20 a night fee for parking. Okay, that is every night, $20. This is their parking area. Okay, just so you are fully aware. Bear with me. I took this picture Sunday when Kelly and I went up there. This photo or this piece of paper is stapled onto the kiosk when you come into the campground, and it is past the window where you pay to camp. Okay. Idaho residents, $20 for overnight parking. $27 without the park pass, because an Idaho State Park Pass for a resident is $7 or $10 for the year. Non-residents, our friends in Washington, are going to pay $34 a night to park your car overnight to go camp at Upper Priest. Just so you guys are aware. Again, this is the price of our Idaho resident and non-resident Idaho State Park passes. Okay. Now, if you want to launch from the other side of Priest Lake, most people will launch at the Beaver Creek campgrounds. Okay. There is a parking area right here, and there's a little portage down to a sandy beach area where you can launch from. You will have to portage right here around this breaker. So be aware of that. You can paddle out this way and over if you want. No big deal. Anyway. This parking area is for day use only. Pull up that picture. It is $8 to park your car at that area for the day. There is no overnight parking at that location. Okay. Now, if you were going to go to Upper Priest Camp, you can park up at the trailhead parking. Okay, there is going to be a little road right past the group camp. Go up there. There is parking right here. This area right at this present moment is free to park. However, there are talks of charging to park here in the future with the Forest Service. Just letting you know. This area is owned by the Forest Service. Upper Priest Lake is also owned by the Forest Service and the surrounding area. Okay. So those are your options as far as launching your kayaks to camp at Upper Priest. Boaters, of course, motorboaters have a lot more options down the lake. Anyway, camping at Upper Priest has changed, kids. Here we go. There are 4 campgrounds at Upper Priest that are managed by the Forest Service. Plowboy, Navigation, 2 that aren't listed on the map for some reason. Trapper Creek was about here. And the first campgrounds, when you pull in right on the right, Genesee, I do believe is how you pronounce it. Those 4 locations are managed by the U.S. Forest Service. All the rest of the camping along the edges is what they consider dispersed camping. Kelly and I went up on Sunday to check out what was going on and some rumors that we heard to verify so we could inform all of you on exactly what is going on. On the 15th of July, I talked to a Mike Higgins at the Coeur d'Alene head office for the Idaho Panhandle Forest Service because I had heard a rumor that they are going to start charging people to camp up at Upper Priest, where this has all been free to camp in the past. Mr. Higgins had to verify with the office in Priest Lake proper, and yes, they are going to start, or they have started charging for campsites, for daily the use of campsites up at Upper Priest. We went up there. They do have these markers attached to each campsite. As you can see, it is $15 per night per site. You have to pay within 30 minutes of your occupancy. Checkout is at 2 and 10 persons per limit per site. Again, this is at Upper Priest Lake. Okay. There are pay boxes. Kelly's got her hand in there. There's envelope in there. There's a pen. And there's a slot right behind this lid to put your envelope. There are clips on the posts so you can clip on your tag. So this is what you are getting for your $15 a night. Be prepared. The toilets have not been serviced, and I couldn't even tell you how long. This is the toilet at Plowboy. The one at both at Genesee were just as bad. Trash in the fire pits. So be aware. Bring gloves. Okay. Dangers that we noticed at Plowboy. This is a 60-foot tall standing tree. Dead standing is what they're called. As you can tell, an animal has been going to town on this tree. The pile of sawdust that is on the ground is fresh. I would not advise anybody at this present time to camp at Plowboy at all. The amount of dead standing trees that are in that campground are very concerning and very dangerous because, as everybody well knows, if you've been to Upper Priest about how the wind is, this happened 2 years ago. Okay. This family, man and his 3 young boys, had just set up camp right above where we were. The wind had picked up, and the tree that fell was dry rot down at the bottom. When it fell, we got everything cleaned up. I went and looked at it, and this is all dry rotted. Thank God they were not in the tent at the time. This turned out a lot worse, but it didn't. So please be advised, none of these trees have been cleaned up there. I would not camp there. Okay. Now the campground on the other side, Genesee, they have cleaned that up as far as the dead standing. But again, same problem. The toilets have not been serviced. There is trash everywhere. And, take it for what you want. Now, that's the service that you're getting for $15 a night. Now, at this time, I was told, and a couple of us were told by 2 different people, that they are not enforcing at this time the $15 a night. Okay, take that for what you want. However, I understand the Forest Service is short-handed, but my perspective and what I saw when we were up there, there's a lot more questions than answers. And I talked to 2 Forest Service personnel that were there at the time that Kelly and I stopped. They were unaware of any of the charges. They know they were charging. They were not in the recreational department. They were in timber. I did ask them if they were going to come up here and start taking care of some of this dead standing. They looked at me, honestly, like I was a deer in the headlight stare thing. So don't hold your breath. I know this is kind of a bummer news for a lot of us, but please be aware of what's going on up there and the dangers. This whole area, the whole drive up there is nothing but a bunch of dead standing, so make sure you got an out. At this time, as far as if you can reserve these spaces, no. That is an absolute no. As far as their prospective websites are concerned, if you go to the Forest Service website, I picked this Genesee Campgrounds. You can look up all the information at this time on their website. It says there is no fee. It'll say the same thing for Plowboy, Trapper, and Navigation. So I know that's a lot of information to take in, but if you have concerns or questions, if I was you, I would get a hold of the head office in Coeur d'Alene for the Forest Service. If you want to file a complaint or voice your concerns, I encourage you to do so. Any more questions on that I could answer, please post in the comments. So, all right. Thanks for listening, and hope y'all have a great day.